Hey guys, this is Stacking Penny Spare Change Homestead-Miami edition. We're headed south to the Jimmy Johnson southernmost tunnel. It's my favorite thing of the sport to just slide on through that tunnel. We'll go into that nice, perfectly shaped, designed mile-and-a-half racetrack that was once the best racetrack to end the season on. We had some memorable championship races, one of which you were a part of.
Oh, yeah. This one, every time I see this, it gives me the chills. This was peak NASCAR. Just the yellow placard, NASCAR, ESPN, this whole
2011
situation.
Tony Stewart, Carl Edwards, mano y mano. Coke and Oreos against kale and avocados.
Man, just this whole weekend brings back so many memories. The tape on the front. I saw this car at the NASCAR Hall of Fame.
They tied.
No, we won.
Tied points.
Tiebreaker.
Won the race.
There was a tiebreaker.
Dude.
This was just such a crazy year. But this race, man, from the whole experience of this weekend, unloading the cars and the cameras mounted in the garage stalls, and rolling through tech, and just even before then, the preparation of the car that week, and how much time we all put in it. How many people just dedicated their whole lives to this season. Was just so much fun. It was way different. Because
was that Darian too?
That was Darian. Darian already knew that he was fired or getting released, I guess. Look at Ira Joe and all those guys up on top of the stage. They had full liters of Coke. They were just spraying all over everybody. I have that fire suit still. I'm getting it framed, and it is still just doused in Coca-Cola.
Yes.
And just that whole weekend, Tony's demeanor. We didn't qualify well. Actually qualified 15th, and Carl qualified on the pole. And this past year with Blaney at Phoenix, we qualified 15th. And William Byron qualified on the pole. And I said, this is shaping up exactly like how we planned in 2011. So, yeah, it was a super cool year, super cool thing to be a part of, man. And it was just really special. The thing I remember the most about being on the stage is how bad I had to pee the whole time.
I'm glad you remember that.
It was brutal. And just hated for Carl Edwards, man. He lost another barn burner against Joey Logano there.
Man, that was two that he was within his fingertips grasp.
He was so good.
I would, as I start to look back with all the Hall of Fame stuff, Carl Edwards, I think he was underrated.
He's super underrated.
I think he was
well, I don't think he was underrated. I think
he's a top 12 guy, top maybe 10 guy to ever do it.
If he was still racing, you would think that. The thing is, he hasn't raced in 5 years, and the sport moves so fast that you just forget about him. Yeah. I mean, look at Jimmy Johnson.
Yeah.
He's just in the way now. Right?
It's brutal.
10 years ago, you couldn't even sniff that guy's jockstrap, anybody.
Yeah, there's a lot of guys wanting to.
Right? Here's 2016. That's weird. Here's 8 years ago, 2016. Cliff Daniels, engineer on this thing. We're going to make this car hook the bottom because it's going to come down to a late race restart. There it was. Hook the bottom.
Yeah, it did.
Look who's chasing him.
Yeah, don't look now, but there's some kid out of Elk Grove, California that's trying to sniff his jockstrap.
Oh, man, that was I hated it for Joey. That was the year. I think that was the year where Joey. Was that the year where Joey and Carl wrecked each other?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
because it worked out. Because he wasn't even close.
That was so wild, dude.
Yeah, so that was this last year was wild too. Damn, I was part of this one too. I hate that we don't finish the season here anymore.
It's a sweet track, dude.
So here we come to pit road. We're down to the end of pit road. This is okay. Let me preface this for anybody that's listening.
Okay, so we've transitioned now from the championship race now to last year. The 12 cars leading, 5 cars in hot pursuit.
Green flag pit stop.
And there's so much time to be gained or lost on your pit road, green flag pit road entries. And it always helps to have what some would consider a rabbit.
Chasing.
So if you are, because the guy in the front is a little bit of a disadvantage because you just have to be a little bit conservative because you don't really have anything to gauge off of. Yeah. You're the trailing guy. You can just go right to that guy's back bumper. But the problem with Homestead, the entry to pit road is very narrow. And there are some water barrels, or sandy barrels. And we see here, Kyle Larson is aggressive as usual and didn't anticipate, I guess the 12 slowing down the pit road speed because he was going about 50 miles an hour faster than he was.
So a couple things to digest here. We're down at that end of pit road. We are the dominant. We had passed them. We are the fastest car at this time. He hits us and pops our right rear quarter panel out, and we lose a little bit. You can see it there. But here's the best part, and I told Larson this later. The left front lug nut cross threads. So I told Larson, I said, you didn't even have to do that, dude. You'd have beat us by like 5 seconds. The left front lug nut cross threaded. He's like, thanks for telling me that.
Yeah.
So it was just a freak. It was a freak thing. It never that never happens. And the lug nuts never cross. I tightened it, had to loosen it, and tighten it back up.
He comes in hot.
So it was like a 13-second stop. But yeah, see that damage on the right rear is what cost us this race last year. So I'm excited to get back because this is such a hard race to win.
This is also the race where the 20 was down and out. Terrible.
Yeah. Lap
in
down.
the back, lap down. Engineers at JGR had their laptops smoking. They're trying to figure out some sort of changes because there's not very many opportunities you have to adjust on these suckers during the race, and they somehow, Adam Stevens and crew, get that 20 hot rod good enough to where the 20 drives her back to the lead with some fortune, with some good luck, but also a good race car and a good driver. Punches Chris Bell's ticket to the championship playoffs again.
Yeah, the thing that I think about this track, I think there's 2 guys that come to mind. It's Tyler Reddick, Kyle Larson.
Yep.
But I think that both of them, and we see like Kyle Larson when he gets here, it's like he's putting on a show, right? Because he's so good here. Same thing for Larson. I think same thing for Reddick. But Reddick says well, I'm not very good there. Like he says he's not.
What?
It's what he said. I don't know. But I think when they go there, they know that they're so good there that it's 10-10 all the time.
Yeah.
Where if they were 8 or 7.5 out of 10, they'd still be better than everybody else.
Right.
So it forces them into some mistakes or some misfortune. Case in point, last year, Kyle Larson, 10 out of 10 getting the pit road.
Yeah.
Right? And knocks the barrels down. Changes the whole complexion of the race. So I'd be interested to see where those guys' heads are at this weekend. Another guy that's really good here, Denny Hamlin, had a tank slapper last year. Something broke. That's still a mystery. I never heard what that was.
Traction.
Something broke.
Yeah.
Yeah. Traction.
Iconic big ran.
Iconic. Pit road's really challenging. Pit road wall's really tall. It is a barrel racetrack, but I'm excited to get there, buddy.
I am a little bit nervous for that 45 team.
Yeah.
A little bit nervous.
I'm nervous for every team in the playoffs because it shows right here you can be on TV for the wrong reasons at any point in time.
I think the 5 cars going.
Think they're going to win?
I think they're going to do it, yeah.
Yeah, there's a good chance, man. That's a pretty good bet. But
I hope you guys win too.
Yeah, the 11, the 12, the 5.
There's 8 of you. There's 8 of you that can do it.
Yeah, the 24 has won this race before.
Yeah.
So there's a lot. I don't mean to beat the dead horse, but I'm going to take the old stick out. Hit it one more time. I wish this was the last race of the year.
Yeah.
We won a couple Xfinity championships with the 22 Xfinity car, and we stayed down.
The Phoenix market, though, is a better championship market. I wish you'd just,
Took
dig up Homestead and just put it in Phoenix. That would be sick.
I don't know, man. I loved going to the Keys right after the season. Phoenix does not have the Florida Keys.
No, it doesn't.
And you were
Phoenix
right there at the edge. What's that, Route 1 or whatever? Just make a left, right at the Mutineer.
Yep, keep on trucking.
25 minutes, you're down there.
Have you watched Bad Monkey yet with Vince Vaughn?
No.
On Apple. It's good. It's in the Keys. It's a good show.
Is it?
Yeah.
We used to stay right there. Like when we race at Homestead, we stay in the Keys, and it's awesome, man. I love it. It's like a little vacation.
Well, I hope you guys get a chance to go. If not, you can tune in 2:30 Eastern Time on NBC, MRN, or Sirius XM Channel 90, or the NASCAR app. You can watch from your favorite drivers' in-car cameras and see if somebody from the outside looking in can punch their ticket. We've got Joey Logano, one of the 4, already punched his ticket. Christopher Bell up 42. So he's got to be feeling pretty good about his point window. But that can evaporate after 2 stages. Kyle Larson up 35. Both those guys feeling pretty good. So but things can change in an instant. Nobody's safe.
Nobody's safe. Nope.
But you guys got to get after and go for a win. So I wish you guys, the 12 team, good luck. But I do know this is going to be a heck of a race, and you're not going to want to miss it. 2:30 Sunday, Homestead-Miami Speedway, round of 8. Who's going to be racing for a championship here in a couple weeks? Appreciate you guys. Have a great day. Goodbye.